So in this video I'm going to take an out of season look at Santa Ponsa. We're rolling into the middle of November. Well, you can see how quickly the resort and the beach has changed behind me, but keep on watching on into this video because my goodness me, works are starting down here in Santa Ponsa and we're going to see big changes ahead in 2026. But for now, let's turn the camera around. Let's check out Santa Ponsa beach today. So we are enjoying highs of 21 degrees Celsius today. I can hardly believe it as we edge our way through November, but you can see by the amount of people that we have on the beach. Of course, it's by no means busy. The summer season has come to an end, but there are still a few people down here soaking up the last rays of sunshine from the summer. So right behind me, and just looking at Jaime Primero, the main avenue that comes through Santa Ponsa, you can see I've got the jaggy thistle in front of me, and well, this is the main thoroughfare through Santa Ponsa Resort. Should we head down the steps and go and have a look down the back of the beach? Let's go and see what's open, but I am going to take you to an area of Santa Ponsa that is undergoing quite significant works. So as we can see here, look, seaweed is now building up on the far end of the beach. The boardwalks are being picked up as well. Look, they're being piled up, ready for collection. But most importantly down here, the fences have been placed out. And you can see this on many of the beaches in winter in Mallorca. This is to keep the sand on the beaches when we do have storms. And my goodness, yes, we do have storms over here over the winter. It's to keep the sand on the beach and to stop it from heading on through the resort. Let's take a quick look at the beach today. Now I know the weather in Northern Europe has not been fantastic, so let's go and get some lovely views of the sea. So at this time of year, it's really hard to know what to wear when you're going out. And well, I'm in my jeans today. I could have just as easily have worn my shorts, which really you never do as you edge your way into November. It's never normally this warm, but I have to say for this year, for 2025, we have had higher than normal temperatures for this month, which is quite unusual. But looking at my weather forecast, I do see that we do have a temperature drop on the horizon as soon as next week. So let's go make the most of it anyway. Let's take a walk along the beach and let's go and get some nice views. So during the summer they will scrape up all this seaweed here that you can see banking up along the coastline here in Santa Ponsa, and you're going to see the seaweed also banking up across other holiday resorts too. This is another measure as well, a natural measure to protect the sand and to keep it in place over the winter months. And just look at how clear the water is over here in Santa Ponsa today. I can see we have a couple of people in the water. Actually, I can see 3 people. The sea is still very warm at this time of year, and we haven't really had too much in the way of major storms either. Normally at this time of year we see boats washed up on the beaches following storms, but not this year in 2025. I suspect we're going to have all of that to come as well, but you can see how quickly the Posidonia seaweed does arrive here on the beach. It's quite spongy, very, very good for the environment as well, but let me give you some nice views here. This is for all of you sitting in dark, cold and rainy weather, wherever you may be in the world, and maybe wishing to come over here to Santa Ponsa or planning to come over here to Santa Ponsa in 2026. And it's not just leaving a little block of beach beds and sun umbrellas out for late breakers and holiday makers. I can see as well that just coming down the back of the beach, I think we have a chiringuito open too. Let's go and take a walk down. And do you know what? It's so hot and sunny over here. I've had to put the hat on. The sunglasses have gone on as well. It's absolutely scorching. But I did make a video all about why we have an end of season, the winter season over here in Mallorca, and as to why we can't justify keeping the hotels, the restaurants and the bars open in the main resorts year round. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I'll drop it in the description text below. I'll also drop it right at the end of this video. But in the meantime, as I walk along the back of Santa Ponsa beach. Tell me, would you holiday here in November if you knew the weather was going to be like this? Because I'll tell you for now, I think I would do. If I was in the UK or anywhere in Northern Europe right now, if I could get on a cheap flight to get a little bit of sunshine over here, I think I would do. But I also would have brought my shorts and not worn my jeans today. I didn't pay attention to the weather forecast. Anyway, let's keep walking down the back of Santa Ponsa beach. Let's go and see what else we can see today. And what a different vibe we have over here in Santa Ponsa today. Normally when I'm over here filming, I would have bumped into many viewers to the channel at around this point, but not today, not today. There's virtually nobody around. A few people out having an afternoon walk, but that is about it. And this shows as well, look, why some of these places cannot stay open over the winter. We've got a perfectly lovely chiringuito. Unfortunately, the sea views have been blocked off by the fences that have been laid down. But the music here is very, very chilled. It's got a little bit of a kind of a sunset, chill out vibe going on. But a few people are having lunch today. Is it sustainable though to keep this chiringuito open throughout November? Well, who knows? Who knows? So just coming over to the lifeguard tower here, I did notice over on Escargador beach in Palma Nova, it's the only beach with the lifeguard flag on it, indicating that the water quality is really good, but also that lifeguards are not working. But we don't have any flags out on any of the other beaches in Calvia, I should say. Just over on Escargador beach. Just be careful if you're swimming at this time of year. So I imagine as we head on in the direction of December, they're going to come down and clear much of this away, or is it even worth clearing away? Understandably, it'll be worth clearing away the pedalos. But as for the other beach furniture, well, by the time they put it all back into storage, they'll be taking it back out again. We normally see the first signs of sunbeds on the beach from around April in the main resort. So down here it may be Palma Nova, Magaluf and Santa Ponsa. But let's see, but look how peaceful it is down here today, and what a different scene to the video I made from over here just a few weeks ago. So I'm just coming up to the H10 Casa del Mar hotel right in front of me. We can see it's closed for the season, but one other thing that hasn't closed by the looks of it is this other chiringuito. But I'm not going to walk any further into the centre of Santa Ponsa today. I don't have time. What I do want to do is loop back around the resort and head on down Jaime Primero, down the main street, down the entrance way to Santa Ponsa, because I think you're going to be in for a big surprise. I certainly was when I drove into Santa Ponsa today. I had to park at the Euroski car park, and you'll see why in just a moment. But let's hit the main road again and let's go and check out what's taking place in Santa Ponsa. So with the tourist information office closed, and well, many of the hotels in the area, or I should say the majority of the hotels in the area at this time of year, if it is sunny, the main thing you're going to get to enjoy is the beach and the very few restaurants and bars that we do still have open over here. Just passing by the HM Isabella Hotel. Don't forget, I do have a hotel review from there. Just looking down one of the main roads actually for the location of many huge hotels. I do believe that the Pirineo Hotel is still open in November, which is fantastic news. Also to my left hand side I can see the Nepenta Cafe open too, and you're going to find in that direction as well lots of places open. Check out my last video from Santa Ponsa. That particular area is very popular with residents and people living in the area, so you are going to find at this time of year plenty of places open and plenty of places to eat. I'm wondering if that's going to be the case in the centre of the resort, where we find the bars around Daniel's Corner. and Zanzibar. I will go and check out that area, like I said, in another video. So we're going to take a left at this roundabout here, around this little commercial centre, which I'm very pleased to say, most of it, in fact all of it, looks like it has stayed open. But you're going to be in for a surprise when you see what's taking place on this main entranceway to Santa Ponsa. So just across the road from me, we've got the Plaza Santa Ponsa Hotel. I can see Harry's Bistro is also open, and I do believe that this hotel stays open over the winter too. Now, my goodness me, last time I was over here in Santa Ponsa, we saw some railings going up in the resort, but they have not wasted any time in getting works underway over here. And it's to create this amazing new boulevard. And you can see works taking place on the first half of it here. But first, I'm right outside of Agromarts, and I've just seen the first clementines of the season. I'm going to have to stop off and grab myself a bag. Okay, so that set me back €2.76. I've got about 10 decent sized clementines. But anyway, back to the video. Now, one thing you're going to notice here, if you do have a memory from last summer, was that this was a tree-lined avenue. And in fact, the works taking place here caused a lot of controversy over on Facebook and in all the Facebook group forums about Santa Ponsa and about Mallorca, because as you can see here, look, all the trees have been removed and they have been cut down. Okay, so the works over here in Santa Ponsa have upset many residents because, well, you can see just looking to my right hand side, on the other side of the road, all of the trees have been removed. Now, this caused a flurry of comments on many of the Santa Ponsa Facebook groups, so Calvia Town Hall had to put out a press release about it, and I'm just going to read from this. They did say, the Calvia Town Council reminds residents that the felled and diseased and weakened trees will be replaced with new ones. The Council regrets the misinformation being spread regarding the condition of these municipal trees. Many of the trees were hollow inside and others have caused damage to the sidewalks and the asphalt, which is the flooring. The Mayor also goes on to say, we are carrying out a major renovation for the next 25 years. Oh my goodness, let's hope this avenue's finished before then. And for this reason, the felling is being carried out because many of the trees are diseased and have damaged the sidewalks in some way and do not allow the full renovation of the promenades. He made it clear that they will be replaced with other types of trees that will still provide good shade and can grow without breaking the sidewalks or the asphalt. Well, we shall see what will be done for next year, but in the meantime, let's turn the camera around, let's keep walking down. So it looks like all of the trees here, look, they have taken a hit apart from the palm trees, and I'm wondering whether the investment to upgrade this area of Santa Ponsa is going to extend to this side of the road too. I suspect it will do. And just looking up here at the trees that we can see here, if you remember my video following the storms that we had on the island just a fortnight ago over in Palma Nova, we saw a lot of tree branches of a similar type of tree had fallen down. Maybe we're going to see some of the trees being felled over in those resorts too. I don't know, but also, are we going to see this whole side of the pavement here being renovated? I suspect that may well be the case. But anyway, let's keep heading down because you can see what happens almost nanoseconds after the package holiday flights stop to the island. Now, in my last video, I was passing by and I did point out Los Chamacos. It's a Mexican restaurant. We love a little bit of Mexican food, but I don't know how they've managed to stay open, or indeed how you can access it. I do suspect there is a road running down the back of the resort. But look what's going on here today. Goodness me. At least the works are underway. And I'm just coming up towards the Pirates Hotel. You can see why they had to wait until everybody had left the resort before they could start digging up Jaime Primero, or at least one side of Jaime Primero. and looking at the artist impressions as well of what's being done over here. Well, it does look a little bit like, and I have to say, it does look a little bit like the centre of Milton Keynes. I'm just using that as an example of a modern day town centre. But look, this is a major renovation taking place over here in the resort. Now, as that press release said, it said that works will be going on over here for the next 25 years, probably beyond my lifetime, but we are expecting this to be vastly improved by next summer. Let's hope so. I'm sure they're on a very tight timeline to not only get this all dug up for one reason or another, to get whatever needs laying, and then to get the new look Avenida Jaime I back in shape. So you may well have seen my video from outside the Hotel Tage in Magaluf from just the other day. These works are taking place here. We saw the start to the demolition process over in Magaluf. I'm sure work will be picking up very soon, but as I said, they do seem to have a lot to do down here, and they're not wasting any time in doing it. So even this wonderful little bakery across the road, this lovely little Mallorquin bakery, they're saying they're closed for the holidays from the 29th of October until the 4th of December. So let's hope that the trucks would have moved away from this area by then. And look, these works here stretch all the way down to the Euroski supermarket where I have parked. Oh, don't forget, I do have a video all about this huge Euroski supermarket in Santa Ponsa. Go and check it out if you're planning your holiday for next summer. Let's try and get across the roads because I do need to get back to the car park, and they have blocked access here that you normally would take to the supermarket. You do have to walk round. And look, just to give you a clearer look as to what's happening, although you can't really see too much, but look, all the pavement has been dug up, and trees, diseased or not, they have gone too. So I can't believe it. My goodness me, nobody has been hanging around at all with getting works underway over here in Santa Ponsa. In fact, there does seem to be quite a lot going on in the Calvia municipality for 2026. Of course, I will be out and about around the other resorts as well as we move into the new year. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. However, if you'd like to find out more about this resort, check out this video appearing here. Also, check out this video too to help you out with your holiday. Okay everyone, thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.